Welcome back to Cigars and Consequences. It's episode 10. Cigars and Consequences, 615 Chronicles, you heard me? Make sure I cut this thing right. Bet. Cigar today is Arturo Fuente, and it is a Gran Reserva. And the consequence of the day is watch your gal, man. Watch your gal. As I said, so Snoop off of the wire, while me and DJ Khaled sitting over there chopping it up. We chopping it up, we talking, right? As me and Khaled talking and chopping it up, I see Snoop over there chopping it up with mine. Snoop over there chopping it up with the AKA. Snoop over there chopping it up with Annie. They laughing, but they literally probably about 5 feet apart from us. So I can I'm ear hustling now. Like I'm really trying to see what's going down. So I'm ear hustling. So she ain't really just doing nothing she ain't got no business doing, but for whatever reason, my girl just find everything that she's saying hilarious. She has that Baltimore accent. So instead of her saying two, she's saying chew, two, whatever, however they talk. You know what I'm saying? Because by me being down south from Louisiana or whatever, I'm sure I got an accent as well. And Annie, she from the city, she's from New Orleans, so she had an accent. So of course, they over there vibing. I'm chopping it up with DJ Khaled, just talking, just letting him know I'm a fan of his music and whatever else. There's nothing going on major, right? As me and Khaled chopping it up, somebody called Khaled phone, so he dip off. And I go back over there to join my girl and Snoop while they're having a conversation. I'm really trying to let Snoop know, hey, Khaled done dipped off over here, so you need to go dip off with him because this for me, you heard me? This for me, this my gal, you heard me? Like, yeah, this me. It's my yeah. I go over there, put my arm around Annie, and I'm like, babe, what's happening? You ready to bounce? So I introduced myself to Snoop, and I introduced myself to Snoop. All respect, she give me respect back. And after that, boom, she shoot over there with Khaled. So when she shoot over there with Khaled, that was the end of that. Khaled and them leave, we leave. All right. Now, Annie, she still wants to go around the city, see what's going on because Annie was into photography. She was into taking pictures of the landscapes and doing different things like that at that particular time that we was dating. Oh, me and Annie, we walking down Times Square. Yeah, we walking down Times Square. While we walking down Times Square, man, you ain't gonna believe it. Once again, we just bumping into all different type of people. So Jim Jones is in Times Square. Jim Jones in Times Square, he got on this pink conspicuous flamboyant mink on. Now Annie, I ain't gonna call, Annie just wasn't into the urban or rap music like I was into. She was putting me up on things that I never heard of, and me and her used to listen to rap songs. I remember a rap song me and her would listen to. It's called a song by Plies, it's called Shitbag. She thought that song was so hilarious. Plies was popping this stuff on the song, talking reckless, talking crazy in the song, and just another song we also listened to too was Hiding in Your Bushes. And she just thought that song was hilarious. So we just used to be vibing, going back and forth, acting silly off of those songs right there because she thought they were just very funny. So Jones, I pull up on Jones, and Jones, you know, we get to chopping up. He said, oh yeah, okay, I can tell you from down south by how you talking. So we talking, and Jones like, man, you fly, you fresh to death. I'm like, Jones, hey, this shit right here that I'm wearing, man, I'm emulating your style, Lil Wayne style, Jay-Z style, Y'all are the people that I look up to as far as getting my dress code from. So we just chopping it up and we chopping it up and we get through chopping it up. Me and John, we end up flicking, taking a flick, taking a picture, pause. So we took a picture, not a flick. I won't be funny. We took a picture. And once we took that picture, Jones, he dips off and go to, keep on mobbing with his crew. And then once again, we down on New York Square. So while we on Times Square, New York Square, whatever, evidently I don't know what it is. So we down there. Man, me and Annie, we dip off into another store. Me and Annie dip off into another store. Annie say once again, she like, yeah, so Annie get to popping her stuff. So she like, yeah, boy, you understand. You know what happened last night, you dig? I'm like, yeah, I know what happened last night. You like one little lingerie I had on? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, damn, Annie, you already got about 15 lingerie suits. What's up? What we doing up here? So we shoot into another little lingerie spot. Now keep in mind, man, we still probably got about 40 to 60 grand to spend. So I ain't tripping. Annie can get whatever she want to get. So we go up in there. Man, I kid y'all not. Man, what's the saying they say in the hood, or what's the saying they say in these rap songs? They say it ain't tricking if you got it, right? Puff on that. We're going to be able to puff, but hey, let's get back to it. So there's an old cliche, or there's an adage that said, it ain't tricking if you got it. When Annie want it, she gets it. So we go in the store. But I kid you not, man. Annie literally buys. I'll never forget it because it was sevens all across the stream. Annie literally goes up in there and buys about $7,700 some odd dollars worth of lingerie. I'm a youngster back then. I could still keep up. My libido is still up there. But I'm like, man, if they had them 100 packs and all this other stuff they got going on right now, man, Annie would have got the business. She would have been extra, so you hear me? So Annie gets this stuff, and when she gets it, me and her, now you got to keep in mind, I told you, I'm down there in New York with some Jordan 9s on and wondering why all the rest of them got on these work steel toe looking boots, or why the rest of these New Yorkers got on these Timbs, because they insulated shoes. My feet are cold. They're damn near frostbitten. So I'm like, Annie, hey, we gotta go, man. We gotta go. We gotta head back to the room. We need to get comfortable because now I'm getting irritable. All right, cool. So me and Annie, we done walked probably about 6 or 7 blocks. But my feet, they're just numb at this point. They're numb. So I'm irritated now. But I don't want to get too irritated because, hey, me and Annie, we're on this trip, so I want to make sure that everything goes well. I don't want to argue with her over no silly stuff. Get back to the room. We get back to the room. That's why I said, once again, we didn't order anything to eat that night. Or did we order something to eat? I don't know. But either way, when we get back to the room, Annie and then I say, well, man, let's try this New York style pizza. Like, let's just really see what it's hitting for. Like, what's really going on with the New York style pizza. So me and Annie ordered us a big New York style pizza, and this was the first pizza that I saw outside of the Ninja Turtles of New York style pizzas, right? So Annie ordered the pizza, she ordered the pizza, we get our pizza. Boom, come in. Like I said, once again, man, for anybody that ain't down south, or anybody that don't know about the Louisiana franchise, which is called Johnny's, JHONNY, apostrophe S, man, if you ever come to Northeast Louisiana, man, make sure you go check out Johnny's. Like, that pizza be busting, you heard me? Like, they got some good pizza. And as we eating the pizza, me and Annie both agree that, man, this spot ain't got nothing on Johnny's. So a New York style pizza, it's just like people say that the Philly cheesesteaks are overrated. If you go to the right Philly cheese spot, like once again, we'll talk about Philadelphia later on or whatever. We had went to Philly. When I went to Philly or whatever, they introduced us to a spot that was called Ishkabibbles. Man, you ever go to Philly, check out the spot called Ishkabibbles. They got the best Philly cheesesteak. And just like if you ever come down south, we're going to have the best pizza at Johnny's Pizza. Because that New York style pizza, that thing was overrated. So we smashing the pizza. Man, and it like, brr, like that was her little cute name. I mean, that was a little cute word that she would say whenever she was just happy. So Annie just happy. I mean, she just got all these clothes and these bags that just sprawled out all over the floor, just all over the bed, all on in the closet, shit just everywhere. So I'm like, Annie, you know we can't ride back with this on the airport because you got just too much stuff. Well, we can go get the luggage. Nah, man, we're going to lay up there in the morning and we're going to go to FedEx and we're going to package the stuff up. We're going to go ahead and go and get it sent back next day air to your mom crib in New Orleans. We're going to be good. So she cool with that. Once again, Annie go up in there and go shower up. Annie come out this time. I'm still handling business, still chopping it up. You know, talking to Goob, talking to everybody back home. Man, Annie come out of that thing with some AKA colors lingerie on. Annie already knew what time it was, man. Annie made sure that she got it out of me, bro. She got it out of me and I got it out of her. So that night we just cutting up. We doing our thing. You understand? We cutting up, going to sleep, waking up in the middle of the night, still cutting up, still just doing our thing. I mean, just rocking out. So we got like one more day left in New York City before we head back down south or head back to New Orleans or head back to school so we can go home. While me and Annie still cutting up at 11 o'clock at night, going to sleep, you know what I'm saying? Me, yeah, harder than that brick Debo hit Craig with on Friday. So every time I get get rocked up, I'm poking on Annie. She like, boy, come on, man. She ain't doing no tripping. Because guess what? She about to, on this whole damn trip, she done spent about $90,000, so she ain't doing no tripping. It is what it is. Tooting that thing up. Let me spoon her, you heard me? So we doing that. And then, man, at 6 o'clock in the morning, we hear a knock on the damn hotel door. You won't believe who was at the door, what transpired, what happened. Man, stay for the next episode, Cigars Consequences 615 Chronicles. And make sure that y'all click the link down below. You know what it is. Get inside of the school community, man. You get your credit repaired. We're showing you how to get inquiries off, collections off, charge-offs off, how to get updated late payments, how to get anything that's